It is time for another low-level cast. What I got for you today is a viewer match that one of you submitted to replays at LowkoTV. Both of these players are Silver League players, and once again, Modlesis has selected this replay for me, just like he did with the previous one, which was absolutely hilarious. I won't spoil anything, but I'll go ahead and post a link to that one down below in the description of this one. But anyways, first off, I'm gonna try and introduce the players. Hope I won't butcher your name. We have Terran as the red Terran player, and his opponent spawning all the way on the other end of the Alright. We have none other than the blue Zerg player with a single, no, not even a single drone, known as Friendly Fire. And this is the smallest map in the current map pool, and he is drone rushing. He's sending his drones straight across the map, whereas the Terran player is only just now trying to get up his barracks. He's playing a relatively standard build, but there is no mining anymore down below on his side of the map. Now, I don't really know exactly what Astoska means, but that is alright. I'm sure one of you will be able to let me know, because here we go. He goes straight for all of the SCVs. Now, the nice thing here is that, of course, all of the drones do indeed heal outside of combat, whereas the SCVs can indeed use the repair to try and get some more damage in, but these fights will heavily go in favor of the one going for the drone rush. I mean, if you're not repairing and the micro is simply just a little bit of A moving, the drones should be regenerating some life in combat as well. Although so far this is a little bit tricky. One of the drones tried sniping the barracks SCV, but indeed it did eventually manage to finish up that barracks. So a marine is going to be in production now. And actually, if you would have sniped that one right here, this may have already been a game over. However, there are still 4 SCVs alive, opposed to 12 drones. And actually, well, make that 3, because that one did indeed end up falling as well. There is a single marine now, another one being produced here as well. It looks like, actually, drones, just go kill him! Just go kill him! You've got more than enough, there's just a single one! All of the SCVs are so low, but it looks like Friendly Fire has done enough damage, at the very least on his end, and he decides to go home. I think he could just attack move, though. I mean, Marines, they do a bit of damage, that's all fine and dandy, but I mean, he's mining. He's mining. He still found some excess minerals, apparently, in the back of his wallet. And he is now starting up some drones once again. Very, very standard game here. Totally normal. Yeah, nope, nothing strange going on here whatsoever. It's actually pretty interesting, because, of course, once a mule comes out or whatever, the economy is very quickly gonna be reasonably standard once again. And with these marines moving across the map, this Silver League game is bound to be a little bit crazy, because with 3 minutes past, quite a lot has happened already. Now, those marines will be able to do quite a bit of damage. Of course, there's not going to be a spawning pool. As a matter of fact, only just now is one being started up. And of course, these marines may actually be able to do some damage. Now, you will need to micro them accordingly. He's trying to move right now, and he's gonna indeed start target firing down one of the drones. Nice little bit of micro there, although you don't want to get surrounded. There we go. A little bit of nibbling from one of those drones, but at least one of them ends up falling. And here's the thing, right? There's no more mining. If you micro, careful, don't get surrounded. Do not get surrounded, Marines. If you micro against this, right, there's gonna be so many minerals lost, and eventually he does indeed end up getting surrounded. I thought he was gonna try and glitch through the mineral line there instead. That would have actually allowed him to be reasonably okay. But with another marine on the production depth and 2 of his brothers just now dying, it looks like, I mean, while a couple of minutes have passed, this is looking like a reasonably standard Terran for the Zerg. I mean, it's 13 supply versus 12. And I think that, I mean, the Terran is not in a bad position here, actually. He's gonna simply start a wall up right now. I hope that he's gonna be getting his orbital command very shortly as well. I mean, the orbital command is really where things would shine. And what I would have really liked to see, though, and I think this would have been like the best addition, is to continue mining gas for just a little bit and get that single Reaper out. I mean, 2 Marines technically can be microed as well, 2 indefinitely, but I mean, it's very difficult to try and actually do that. And I think a single Reaper could have absolutely massacred everything. Of course, once again, with the proper control. Now, Friendly Fire going for that spine crawler in the mineral line as well, making sure that he gets no more of those marines that are trying to poke up to his ramp, and he's actually also going to be defended against any kind of potential Reapers. So it looks like we're setting up for a reasonably standard game. Although that's what I'm saying right now. And as soon as I say that, the Baneling Nest gets planted down on the Zerg's end of the map. And here's the thing, right? While he could have finished out the drone, I'm convinced he could have finished out the drone with like, or the game rather, with 6 of those drones against the 3 SCVs and like the single Marine. He's gonna go for a second attack wave here, but this is not going to be easy, as indeed a second barracks is on production now as well. Once again, gas mining has continued here for the Terran, but more importantly, the orbital command is done, and like this mule right here, you see that thing? That mines for like 6 SCVs all at once, which is incredible. Like, this will skyrocket the income very substantially. There we go, it's gonna return minerals, and all of a sudden we see that Terran income starting to become significantly higher. Now, Friendly Fire, though, he's getting himself a queen. He's getting himself some Zergling speed here as well. He's mining a ton of gas. He won't be able to start using that just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for some sort of Baneling bust now as well. And actually, wow! Senrai say here, the Terran player going for the low ground expansion. He's trying to follow this up. I mean, props to him, though. He's trying to follow this up in a standard kind of format. He's getting himself a tech lab as well as a reactor, second gas, expansion on the low ground. I think he would have probably just wanted to plant that down in the main base. When in doubt, make it in the main, because then it can't be spotted and scouted nearly as easily. But Friendly Fire, I mean, he's finishing up link speed here in just a second. He's producing a lot of Zerglings as well. Starting to pull the drones out of the gas geyser, which is very, very nice. And I mean, I think he may very well be able to snipe this expansion if he realizes that this one is up in time. Now, of course, the overload spread, a little bit lacking in that department. I mean, he can spot his own third base and, you know, the own little bit of darkness right here with an incoming medevac or whatever. But if he wants to do anything in this match, he's gonna have to do it shortly. And it looks like he's just gonna simply try and get himself an expansion up as well. So he may very well be in store for a bit of a macro game. Factory being produced now too. Really would like to see that switch over with a tech lab soon, or just simply build a tech lab here on the factory after maybe building like a Cyclone or a Hellion or whatever, because siege tanks would be amazing here. But look at the amount of links. There's actually a pretty substantial amount, and like the supply counts are practically dead even. I mean, Friendly Fire having a slight supply block here, but there we go. Both players just inching over that 30 supply mark, and Stimpack is about, you know, actually there's a lot of Marines here though. But I mean, Stimpack is just about halfway done. There are no medevacs or anything just yet, so that is something that we do have to keep in mind. But here we go. The Banelings are being morphed in. They're gonna try and more than likely break this positioning here from the Terran, but there are so many Marines. If he manages to get up there, though, before Stimpack finishes, and of course, you know, I don't really know exactly how good the Marines micro will be here regardless, but if he manages to get up there before Stimpack finishes, he's actually gonna be in a pretty powerful position, because there won't really be a whole lot you can do against all of those Banelings. Gotta be careful though, those Zerglings are very, very vulnerable, and here we go, the Banelings gonna try and connect to all of these Marines, and indeed they get huge detonations off. Will he be lifting the depots? It looks like that is going to be the case. Of course, there are still enough Banelings here to nuke down that single meta. Oh my god, it's actually... Get it! Okay. He did indeed have enough to get that single depot. One of them apparently is trying its very best to kill those last remaining Marines. There's actually a switch over now. He's trying to get those double medevacs out, trying to get a standard build going, but I'm pretty sure that even though Friendly Fire gave his opponent so much time, he may be able to actually close this one out. I mean, the double depots went down, right? And that's tricky, because at this point, the Terran player is supply blocked. He can't really be building anything anymore. Now, a few of these units at the natural do end up falling as well. Somehow, some way, he manages to miraculously hold on to this base. He's gonna get double mule production, but with this many Zerglings and no depots on the production tab, I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Look at all of these supply blocked units, desperately trying to get himself a little bit more out as well. Of course, you can land the command center as well, and potentially, I was gonna say supply drop, but that's not gonna be happening either when you don't have any depots out to begin with. And eventually, we do once more see a view of the depots being produced. Now, I would really like to see a bunker here. When in doubt, make the expansion in the main. When under pressure, make a bunker in the main as well, because once more, here we go. The Banelings are gonna try and morph up or walk up that ramp. And actually, even though this game seemed heavily in favor of the Zerg just now, I mean, he's still producing a lot of stuff. He does need more Banelings to blow this one up. I mean, it takes 5 Banelings to kill a supply depot. If he's not gonna be doing that, then the repair can be hit at the perfect timing. There is still a chance here for the Terran. Of course, he sees perfectly exactly how much there is. If he managed to snipe down one of those Banes whilst waddling up the ramp, there's actually a chance that he could do this. Now, of course, the barracks also at very low HP. I would like to see the repair on that, but for now, actually, the Terran player is once again hanging back. There is a medevac out now as well, which opens up a lot of micro potential, and of course, more importantly, heals up a lot of these Terran units. There is Stimpack now as well. He's gonna try and snipe one of the Banes. He gets it! He gets the Bane snipes! That was beautiful. That ramp is gonna hold. He needs to repair though. Pull one of the SCVs. That barracks is building, or burning rather, and this is still not quite game over just yet for the Terran player. Eventually though, oh man, oh there we go. The ramp indeed does get killed once again. A lot of the units do end up falling, but look at this positioning. I think there is still a little bit too many Zerg units though. That was such a nail-bitingly close finish into the game, and actually everything considered, very well played from both of these guys, and while there's definite room for improvement, that was a ton of fun to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this game as well. Once again, if you've got your own replays, please submit your craziest games to replays at LowkoTV. I'm not watching them myself, however, I do have Mutlisis who is going through the replays to check out exactly what the games, or what games are the best. So if yours don't get casted, please don't feel bad, because literally like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds do get submitted. But I'm glad to see so many of you are enjoying these videos, and of course, as long as you are enjoying them, I'm gonna keep them coming as well. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button down below to show your support, and while you're at it, make sure you subscribe so you get a notification as soon as the next episode will go up as well. And other than that, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one.